But yeah, how did it feel getting the first high ticket?
It was fucking dumb, mate. It was quite funny because I walked in and I was like, oh, it's just gonna be chill because she's a PT at the gym, and I've only known her for like 5 hours. And she was like, oh yeah, let's just meet him and just think calisthenics. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Yeah, we'll just have a little chat. And when I got in there, I was like, oh shit, I don't have a script. Oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to like reference these fucking robotic questions.
Yeah,
I just thought, I'm just gonna have a conversation with it and then be like, okay, cool, we'll hop on a call and then we'll go over it just for me being in my comfort zone. And I was just like proper chill, asking all the right questions, like discovering her underlying issues. She was like, "Oh my God, I've never been asked these sorts of questions before. You're going deep, aren't you?" And I was like, "Well, this is how I understand it." And but it was so natural, Ned. I was like, "Oh my God, like maybe I should just do them all in person. It's fucking miles better." And then
yeah.
didn't have any script, nothing. Just closed the laptop in front of her. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, it sounds like something I'd really be down to do." And I realized I was digging too much. I kept asking like, "Why do you want to be like that?" And it was almost like she was like, "Why are you just fucking asking me this again?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a limit to it.
Yeah, and I was like, right, I just need
And
to.
that's because were you scared to pitch?
Yeah, I was shitting it. I was like, oh, fuck, it's gonna be peak this. But I ran through the pillars first. It just went naturally, and I was like, does that sound like it'd benefit you? And she was like, yeah, I really like that aspect of it because it's something that I'm struggling with. And it reminded me when you said make it blend and make them understand that the offer is right for them before you pitch it instead of it cutting the convo in half. And then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. I was like, well, it's 499, but we can go about it a couple of ways if you want. And she was like, oh, she was like, fucking, I just think I made her money. And I was like, well, you can Klarna it if you want. And she was like, I don't know if I can, She was like, I tell you what, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, but I'll sort it when I get back from the gym. Is that all right? I was like, when do you need to be in the gym? She was like, in 10 minutes. I was like, okay, it'll take 3 minutes. Let's just do it now. So I was like, take the fucking payment now.
Nice.
And she was
Nice.
like, oh, fuck it, I'll just credit card it, pay in full. I was like, okay, calm. And she literally said, can I just do it on your laptop? So I was like, yeah, sure. And I realized I hadn't had the Stripe link made. I didn't even have the fucking product. I was like, oh shit. I was hotspotting in Starbucks and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, Lucy, tell me how you're feeling. Turn the laptop and I was making it.
That's so
I was
good.
like, this is
And
fucking ridiculous.
we had literally just done the sales call with you as well.
Like,
If we hadn't done that as well, I feel like if you'd do the pitch and you just done the 20-minute basically pitch of telling them everything you do, she probably would have zoned out. And I honestly think all these last 4 or 5 calls, you'd be closing them all, which means now the conversion is going to be so much higher. But it's because you weren't pitching. And I think in your back of your mind, did you have me saying to you, you better fucking pitch?
yeah, I was just like, well, a little bit of that, and I was also like, well, I'm never gonna get better at pitching if I don't fucking pitch. Like, I'm not just gonna wake up good at tennis if I never play tennis. I need to
Yeah.
fucking do the bullshit, uncomfortable stuff. So, did that, sorted the stripe out, and she just filled it in. And was like, yeah, buzzing. I was like, how do you feel investing in yourself? She was like, yeah, I can't wait. And then she showed me she has a bodybuilding coach that she's been working with for quite a while. She said, this is how much I spend on coaches, and she pays them less. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Just signed up to a bigger coaching package than me. I was like, that's crazy.
That's so good. At the end of the day, as well, the more she invests in herself, the better results she's going to get. And it's not always about, as a coach, to have a different service. Sometimes it's just the way you set stuff up. Having an understanding of sales means you can charge more because you can help them more. It's a belief shifting thing. You've actually probably been the first person that's actually shifted her beliefs and understood her because you've actually learned how to do that.
She said that literally because she was like, I just want to look better and be accepted. And it was confidence again. Like that was the underlying reason.
Mm.
And she like showed me everything, like all of her old pictures when she was super overweight and like she had a coach which gave her an eating disorder and all this. It was fucked. And she was like, I never asked these sorts of questions like why are we going this deep? And I was like, well, calisthenics is the vehicle. I was like, and we'll get you there. But the whole point, Lucy, is I want to help you get from where you are now to where you want to be. I was like, and that's what you're going to unlock. I was like, so this is why I need to actually fucking understand you because there's no point having a 10-minute conversation at face value and being like, okay, cool, we'll teach you how to understand. Like, fuck the calisthenics. I'm like, the point is we're going to get you from here to here and you're going to be absolutely gassed in 12 weeks and like sorting
Yeah.
everyone out and you're going to have this sorted attitude which you wanted. She was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds fucking mint. And she paid for it before I even explained like the coaching. I was like, she paid for it. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, okay, well,
exactly.
the coaching is live check-ins. It's the app. I was like, she didn't even
Yeah.
know what I was offering, bro.
Yeah. They want to get from A to B, and it's a bit like I told you. Like you were always doing the things on calisthenics because you felt you were out of place by going into anything else than that.
Mm.
But that's the reason why they're doing the calisthenics. The calisthenics is just the vehicle. But how do they feel from the calisthenics? Because if it wasn't going to get them anywhere in terms of how they feel personally, they're not going to spend time to do a press up upside down, basically. It's
Mm.
really good, Jack. I mean, you've got someone to invest into you, right? What was it like when you took that uncomfortable step on yourself? Do you feel like it was worth it?
When I invested in you,
Yeah.
yeah, at the time it was obviously fucked because it was the biggest financial investment. Off me every day because doing based on how much you're investing back into me is affirming the fact that it was a good decision. Because it's
Mm.
not just the case, it's what I said to Sam, it's not just the case if you pay for this and you get access to a bunch of resources. Like, it's not that. It's like every day, it's like, how are you doing? It's community check-ins. It's like, you're doing really well, you're doing this, you need to fix this. And it's that constant, like, putting the money in, but you're putting the time in, and then together it's investing in that. And that's what I value the most. So
Mm.
it feels fucking class because all the other mentors were like, oh, we'll hop on a call like 15 minutes late. They cut the call early and they're like, I'll ring you back, and you never hear back. And it's like, bro, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You just feel so lost in the ocean. It's horrendous.
I think that's the biggest thing is you only need a mentorship to get structure and direction. Unless you have structure and direction and then the accountability for that, you might as well not have a mentor. Because you
Yeah.
can try random stuff on your own. So if a mentor doesn't give you the exact things you need to do, then it's not really a mentorship. Like even if you have all the knowledge, let's say I gave you a massive set of modules, that doesn't matter. Because it's like unless you know which ones to follow, it's like you could just go and look on YouTube for those. The whole point is that you know exactly what to do. I mean, for you, how many mentors did you work before me?
So business mentors wise, um, two of them, but one of them was like just sort of doing it on the side alongside calisthenic stuff. But in terms of like actual getting coaching, um, like four. I'd say they all blended into mentorship, but this is the mate like the proper best experience of mentoring properly because it just feels like that.
What do you feel like the difference was between this and those ones?
This one, it feels like you're invested in me. That's the main difference.
Mm, I am. I definitely
Well, there
am.
you go. And that's it. And I don't know if I said it to you when we was on the call, but like it's like the whole main reason for me to do this and pursue in life is to pay back everyone who is investing in me. And so having that like absolute confidence and belief from you is fucking mad because I know it's going to pay off for you in the long run because I'm like, there's absolutely no reason I'm not going to succeed now. Because
Yeah.
I'm not asked about doing it for me. I was like, I want to do it for like Alicia, for my mum, for my dad that I don't see, my mates Johnny, or like investing in me, you, because it's like when he was like, oh, one day you might be in the sauna shaking hands with me, I'm like, bro, easy. That's an easy task. That's going to happen regardless because that's a byproduct of putting the action and the effort in because there's mutual investment. And that's the thing that has fucking transcended me and like my mindset is just having someone who has proven that they're actually invested because they can see it's going to work. It's madness.
I think as well, I've seen it from you. The more you've seen it's going to work, the more actions you take. Like
Yeah.
our feedback loop is really quick. Like you learn something new and you just implement it. It's a bit like struggling booking loads of calls because I taught you how to increase the amount of calls you're booking and increase your conversion percentage. You're messaging in like I'm booking all these calls. And then it's like, okay, why is Jack not closing calls? We're reviewing your calls, you're not pitching. Okay, that's a confidence issue. Settle that. We settled that. Then I was like, okay, well, there's still something going on here. So on the group call, we did an even more in-depth dive on your sales call. And then straight after, you messaged in the chat, 500, paid in full, easy. And I think it's having that feedback loop that's so important for you as well, what made you actually take action? Because the easiest thing as well is before you invest, like everyone's going to see this guy's doing this guy's doing that, this mentor's the best, right? But the hardest thing to do is actually take action on that. Like, what made you actually pull that trigger and think, okay, I'm actually going to step forward? Because it's not like you are in an easy position. You can explain your position a bit, but it was risky for you to invest for sure.
Yeah, I mean, part of it was just the way that you helped me sort of through your coaching conversation is guide me to realize it properly. But to take that main action, it was like, I'm I've got this 8 month timeline and I've tried it all before and I'm sure I can do it on my own, but I don't want to take that risk. And it's like, and at the end of the day, like, yeah, it's a lot of money for me right now, but that being a literal guarantee that it's not going to be like, okay, we're just going to take your business off you, do it for you, and then give it you back. It's like we're going to teach you how to do it and make you like an evergreen businessman, essentially. And it's that aspect of ticking every box in terms of holding me accountable enough, teaching me enough properly, and just investing. Like, I think I just actually believed okay, like worst case, if this is a scam and he doesn't turn up tomorrow, because you remember me saying that, I was like, you're just
I
not going to
remember you
turn up, bro.
saying,
I was
you
like,
literally said
what?
to me with the straightest face, you're like, what happens if you don't turn up tomorrow? And I was like, whoa, I'm turning up tomorrow, bro. All right.
Bro, I was like, oh fucking, I was like, if I get done in now and I've just been scammed, I'm never gonna live it down. But I thought if I invest, like, first off, it's an expensive lesson, but also, worst case, I was willing to invest that money and be scammed, like,
Mm.
There's a lesson in there somewhere, and then that's the worst case, and it didn't even happen anyway. So I think the short answer is I don't really know why I took the action. It's probably an amalgamation of a couple of things. Just like I just really want to fucking prove that I can do it. I know that it's just lack of knowledge around how and navigating that fucking swamp. You know what I mean? And if I don't invest in someone like you, I'm gonna have to learn the whole fucking swamp inside and out. But you've took that same path, so you can teach me how to go there.
Yeah. What was the difference in your mindset before and after investing in terms of the way you thought, even about your goals or the direction you're going in?
To be fair, after I invested, I actually believed I would hit my goals a little bit less initially because I was so fucking scared and I was like, I've made a mistake here. I made a massive mistake. And then it was only until like when you showed up, I was like, okay, maybe I'm actually proving myself wrong here and it's not just like all this bullshit stuff. And then the next day I was like, okay, there's people in the community. And I was like, okay, this is actually proving to be right. And it was almost like I hit that high of fucking I'm investing now. I'm like, this is gonna work, and then it just dropped, and it was like an ego death of like, wow, like my
Mm.
reality is completely different now. It's like
Mm.
I have this opportunity, and I've proven that I've invested. Now it's just like ignore everything else that's happened. Just start. It's literally like taking that step through that door of actually trying to become that new version of yourself. It was fucking weird. And then
Yeah.
straight after, I was like, oh cool, I'll just go and learn about content. I'll just spend like 70 quid on this content course. So I've like still got in the background for me and Alicia because she's doing content, and it was like I would have spent fucking weeks trying to figure that out whether or not is it worth it, checking the reviews, checking the FAQs, and it's like who gives a shit? Just take the action on it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
100%. I think what happens as well, like I said to you, you either have the best night's sleep of your life or the worst after you invest. Because you either invest and think, okay, everything's going to go wrong, even though you know you've stepped in the right direction, or you invest and you think about everything that positive is going to happen. For you, you're a very action-based man. So as soon as you start taking action and stuff, it gives you more confidence. So you invested, you had confidence, and then the confidence went down because there's no action after you invest for like a few hours maybe. Like obviously I sent you stuff to get on with, put you in the community, these sort of things. But until we jump on that one-to-one and we map everything out, it's like, and that is the day after. So it couldn't be any quicker. But
Yeah.
you're in that period for like an hour or two where it's like you're not taking action. And because you're an action-based man, I could see even on that first call you're a bit skeptical. We map out the steps and then already in the messages and in the group, you're getting more and more active. And now it's like Jack's buzzing in there every single time. Because the more action you take, the more results you get. I can just see for you, you just reaffirm to yourself that you're going in the right direction and you're going to get where you want to go.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's sort of like action-based reassurance for me. And I think
Mm.
because all the action I've took in the past has either amounted to like a shit mentor or, having like really slow feedback loops or being proven wrong. I've still got to this position because it's like I've taken action, I've learned from it. But having like that ribbon and the bow of the wrapping in terms of, oh, you'll take this action, it's going to work, whether it's like learning or earning, it doesn't matter. It's still getting you one step closer. And it's almost like I'm leaping every action rather than taking tiny little steps because there's guidance, there's investment and everything. It's just so much better because it is them fast feedback loops.
Mm. Yeah, and for people that have got burned by other mentors because they've invested multiple times themselves and not got where they want, because there's a mix, right? One, taking your action, well, because there's a mix, right? One, putting your best foot forward, and two is actually having the right mentor. And it's hard on the call for me, for example, to see if it's the person, whether they're putting their best foot forward or if it's the actual mentorships issue. And for you, it actually was you putting a really good foot forward because working with you, I can see that you're a guy that puts their best foot forward. So by being burnt by the mentors, what would you say to someone else that has been burnt and is now speaking to me or speaking to another mentor and is thinking about whether to actually do it or not?
I'd probably say split the two up in terms of if you've been burnt by other mentors, think what you do when you have a mentor and what that mentor does for you are two separate things. And so if you've had five shit mentors and you still took every action despite what they told you to do, if you still did that and you still took the action, you're still doing the right thing, so it's just a numbers game. Then it's like you might have had shit mentors, but just because you had a shit experience in life doesn't mean that you never tried it again to try and get the right one. So even if you've had shit mentors, 1, 2, 10, 20, whatever, if you're still taking all the right action every day, despite what they're telling you, then it's just a numbers game. You just need the right mentor. And
Mm.
that's what it was like for me. It's like, yeah, I've had mentors that I relied on way too much, but I still did everything that I should have, whether what they told me was right or whether what they told me was wrong. So I know that I'm doing the right things. You just need to find the right person to tell you the right things. And if you give up on finding mentorship, you're never going to get that.
That's a really interesting way of thinking about it. I've never thought about mentorships as a numbers game because technically it is. And I've done the same thing. Like I've had two, three bad mentors, but the fourth one's been the one. Each mentor I've followed, I've taken the best steps and done as much as I can to take the actions they've given me. But then on the fourth one, it's really taken me to the next level because they've been that person. And how do you actually get that mindset though? Because the easiest thing to do is be like, I've had three mentors, this doesn't work.
Well, and that's a good question on itself because but you can strip everything back in terms of it being a numbers game. In terms of if you learn to drive a car, if you fucking stole the car and never try again, you'll never learn to drive. And you know it's like, okay, I'll get better at this because you've got somebody next to you that explains to you it's okay. Maybe that driving instructor was shit and then you don't pass. Go and find a new one because you want the goal enough. And that's where it's like a scale where the amount of pain that you experience has to be great enough for you to take action on that thing. So if you want to get better at fitness or like a handstand, for example, you have to do enough reps. And if you do it on your own, you're going to do a lot more reps than if you did it with someone else who's already done it before. But
Mm.
regardless, that's where if you separate, if you're going to do the reps anyway, you're going to get the goal anyway. So speed it up. But if that version speeding it up is shit one time, don't just throw that away forever. You know what I mean? So I think for me, it's like everything is volume. And you can either do 10 things across a year or 10 things across a week. And you just need to trust the fact that eventually you will find the right person. It's the same, it's the analogy like Hormozy uses with the die emoji, not emoji, analogy. It's like, you know, where like one person has one die and it's like they have like 10 red dots. Have you heard that one that he says where like you roll it and someone else compares their life to yours? You might get lucky once, but you might only get lucky on like your 100th roll. I'm fucking butchering that analogy, but it's the same concept of like just pull yourself apart from things and be like, if you put the numbers in and the volume, eventually it's going to work. And it's the same with anything. Like doing enough fitness stuff, it'll work. You know, pouring enough fucking lattes, eventually you'll learn how to do the art. But if you want to speed it up, ask someone who's already done it. And they might be bullshitting you, but fucking ignore the bullshitter one and just find someone who's going to teach it.
Where do you feel like you would be now if you had just gone randomly on your own, kept doing what you had done and not taking the action to invest?
I think I'd be way behind where I am now. I think I'd still be ahead of where I was. But the way I would compare it is like I was on the path of trying to become the better version of myself, so like the Jack 2.0. But it was almost like I was walking while admiring the view. But then the mentorship is almost like you're taking a train journey
Mm.
where you just fucking speed run it because you're like, okay, I know exactly where I need to go now. No doubts, no like self doubts or anything like that. So I think I'd still be making progress, but it would be so small in comparison because there's so many things you have to do trial and error wise. And it's like there's just no point in doing it if you can just get that assistance alongside someone else.
Yeah, that makes sense. And do you feel like you'd be more likely to be successful if you'd invested that into other areas of the business, or more likely to be successful by just actually getting the right mentor, working with me, and moving forward that way?
I think I'd be successful in other ways. Like let's say if I just threw the same amount of investment into paid ads, like I would learn more about paid ads than I know right now. But that's
Mm.
one aspect. That's one pillar of the whole game of business. Whereas a mentor that's done it before you, they know every pillar. So even though
Mm.
you might only be learning it all as a baseline a little bit slower, it's gradual overall growth, which is going to benefit long term.
Mm.
Like whereas if you just invest in one pillar, you might get really good at paid ads, but then have no fucking idea how to fulfill, how to onboard clients, how to do the sales process. So investing that in the long game is going to have the long wins rather than the short term wins.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what I find with people is when you go straight into, let's say, investing into paid ads, for example, you're going to be so nervous about that amount going because not only are you going to be losing money every day, but you're not going to know if you're going to get a return on that. And you might lose the full amount and actually have nothing from it because you haven't got a good profile, you've not got good conversion systems, you haven't got good setting flows, not got good fulfillment. So you might actually lose it all, but not actually learn enough from it. When if you have a mentor, then you know, okay, if I am going to do paid ads, I can put less in, for example, and I'll get way more out because I know I'll be doing it correctly. And I know we've not done any paid ads like right now. The main thing is organic. But for you as well, what do you feel like has been some of the biggest lessons you've learned from actually us working together and you investing in yourself?
Probably that all the lessons that you need to learn are on the other side of the thing that you think is uncomfortable and just going and doing it.
Damn, that feels like a movie quote.
Very stoic.
Yeah, that was very stoic. Okay, cool. And where do you feel like you're setting yourself up to be right now for even in a year or 2 years' time?
It's almost like I don't know. I'm a very analogy-driven person, as you probably realize in this sort of thing. It's almost like right now I am laying out the outfit for tomorrow and leaving a note explaining that it's going to go fine for the me tomorrow or next week or next month when I'm going to put that outfit on and I'm just going to know. So it's like actually future-proofing my success and my education in just such a reassuring way because I know it's worked before and it's going to work again. It's just a case of I need to do the thing. That's all it is. And I can't blame anyone except myself, which is fucking perfect. If
Yeah,
you ask
because
me.
there's nothing to blame, right? Like you're getting results from it and you're moving forward from it. Like the only reason anyone ever blames themselves is when they're not getting the results. And blaming yourself is an easy way to be like, oh, I'm not getting the results. Oh, it's my fault. But it's like, okay, it's your fault. You take an actual responsibility to move forward. Because
Mm,
once you take responsibility, you won't be blaming yourself for everything like you, because you'll be making progress. And that's the main thing, right? And out of all the modules and the systems and like the one-to-ones with me and the group coaching, like what is it from those aspects that you feel like you find most useful?
probably the direct feedback from you personally. I think the modules and like the Notion templates and everything else and the community group and all that, that's like sort of being given all this ammunition, but it's like you just don't have a clue how to shoot the gun. So you speak to somebody who's already done it and knows how to and just explains it for you. And for me, like this, the thing that I hold so dear to me is having mutual investment, because I have like less than three people in my life currently close to me, and I've spent so much time making sure that they're impactful people, and so having that mutual investment of like a platonic relationship is so powerful to me because I know that it's going to work out if two of you invest in each other. And getting the same out of you on this is the thing that's making me stay so driven, because I know that when I put this work and I put all the inputs in and do as much action as I can, it's going to benefit both of us because you're going to reinvest back into me when you see it's working. So I think for
Mm.
me, the the direct feedback from you and the other people who are actually truly invested in me, like the whole community just being fucking gas straight away. You post
Mm.
on winning, it's like boom, every reaction under the sun, like everyone reacting to it. It's like just so good because like it's like having a team of fucking like 20 people all working together. Like I have one win and I share it with everyone and everyone benefits from it. If someone else has a win, they share it and I learn from it. It's like,
Mm.
mate, how can you not get ahead of everyone else when everyone's on your side? It's fucking sick.
Yeah, it's so true. And that's really what I'm trying to foster. Like, I want to be a community where we're so strong, everyone's so connected. I give so much that we just start to become known for people joining this community and just taking over the industry. So it's like everyone in Transition Online, I'm going to make it more and more exclusive as it goes up, is one of the people that is 100% successful in the fitness industry. And I want to build this community where like everyone's super successful. And then people ask like, what mentorship are you in? It's like Ned's mentorship. And all these really successful people, it's just like the one tied in thing is Ned's mentorship. And like this mentorship is the one that just fucking takes everyone to the next level. And it's like the clear winner is actually taking the step to be in this and being someone that can be in this. Because at the end of the day, we are specific who we bring on. I don't want any single person to just come into this, because every person we have puts in loads of effort. For example, Harry just joined. He's already messaging in the community all the time. We jumped on a one-to-one today. He's in the group call half an hour after he joined. You know what I mean? And then everyone's giving that really quick feedback to support him joining, to give you more confidence. And I think by seeing what someone else has done, that's a month in front of you, and you're like just started, you're like, whoa, that's a month? Damn. Like, I'm actually confident to take these actions, because if he gets there in a month, where can I be in 2, 3, 4, 5 months?
Yeah,
Yeah.
1,000%. And it's seeing that like people paving the way and then everybody walking the same footsteps. It's like, oh fucking hell, it's becoming clearer and clearer. And everyone else has done this before me, so just fully sending it, yeah, it's just mad. And also, yeah, and just knowing what it's going to become as well. Like I say, the biggest thing, like I'll say it forever, is the mutual investment is just fucking massive. Like for me personally, for everyone else, because you know it's going to be something massive. And like you say, you're putting all this time into making people do this. It's like or helping people, achieve these goals. And it's like, well, I know what this is going to become, so how can I do my absolute best to achieve everything to be like the best walking testimonial for this sort of thing? Because like, why would you not when it's a mutual investment?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so true. Like I even sent you a message the other day, just like in the car, just got out from grabbing, I can't even remember, a coffee. I'm just like, Jack, we're gonna take this to the absolute moon because it's just getting hyped up by each other's success, right? This community building is everyone's hyped up by more people coming in because they see the effort I'm putting in, so they want me to win. And then I'm super hyped up by your progress and I'm putting more effort into you guys winning, which makes you guys more hyped up about me winning and everything else moving forward as well. But yeah, I
Hmm.
appreciate you, Jack. Anyway, and what's your one piece of advice to someone watching this that has maybe had a fitness coaching business or like you was trying? How long were you trying for before we jumped on?
Probably like 6 months, 7 months, I think, beforehand.
Okay, and how did it go in those 6 or 7 months?
It was just really slow,
Hmm.
just really slow progress. Like the lowest setting on a treadmill possible on the slowest speed ever.
Hmm. And how does it feel in the last 1 month?
Feels like we've ramped it all up for like a 60-second sprint on the same
Yeah.
treadmill in the best way possible. But yeah, it's miles better, like learning so much. And it really, I think that the biggest piece of advice I would give is the most eye-opening thing for me on this is how much you can fit in such a short space of time when you just take action. You have the right resources and the right mutual investment along the way. Like me, I used to think you could do like 2 things in a week. It's fucking mental how much you can fit in a week. It's and still have a lion. Like genuinely, it's insane. Like
Yeah.
it's just ludicrous. And it's
Yeah.
just having everything else reassured. Now it's just take action. Like it's insane. Just trust the process. And it like, and this is the thing, like I could watch so many of these sort of client reviews to help me make that decision. And I know from my experience when I watch it, I'm like, oh, is it true though? And it doesn't matter how many times people will say that. It's like that's just you trying to convince yourself not to do it because it's scary. And every single fucking class thing that you want in life is on the other side of that scary thing. Just take one risk. Who the fuck cares? Like, worst case, you're in the same position, down a little bit. Work for 2 weeks in Starbucks and get it back if you're that bothered. Just invest and learn, yeah. It's just crazy.
That reminds me of the Ben Francis mindset. Like when he was building Gymshark, he was going all in, even though they were earning a lot of money, and he was going so all in that he wasn't even putting 1, 2K aside for him in case something went wrong. Because he said, if everything goes wrong, I'll just go get a job back in Domino's and I'll start again. And it's like it's
Exactly.
very easy to look at Ben Francis and think, oh, he got lucky. That was like a big boom of gym clothing. But then when you think about that, it's like, is that luck when you're that all in that you're willing to have a big company? But still risk going back to Domino's, knowing that you will be fine, you will be safe. But if you don't take action and you don't take different actions to what you're used to taking, you'll always be in the same position. Right.
Exactly. And again, like I said earlier, everything's just a numbers game. And that's why you separate everything. If you have a shit mentor, keep going until you get a good mentor. As long as you're doing everything right. Like if you cook bread wrong, keep cooking bread until you get it fucking right. And it's just a numbers game. That's all it is. And like Ben Francis, that's a perfect example. Like, yeah, you might think he's lucky, but that's you're only looking at the time when it was his lucky day. Like if he shows up every single day, you'll never miss your lucky day, will you?
Mm. Yeah, I love
Numbers
that.
game.
Wise man, wise man. Anyway, we'll wrap it up here, Jack. Thanks for that, brother. And yeah, me and Jack are going to be doing another testimonial in like 2 to 4 months, and that's going to be the next level. Well, that one's going to be Jack with Rick Ross, 2 Rolexes on his wrist, flying in a private jet.
Rick Ross, bro. Hilarious.
Anyway, peace, man.
No, I appreciate it. Take care now.